and welcome. Today's project is going to be an adjustable dog collar. I will be using a Thane adapter for this collar. If you are not familiar with an adapter, I will leave a link below. I show you guys how you can make your own and where you can get your supplies from. I'm also going to be using some beads. I got these beads off of Amazon. They were very inexpensive. They came in a big kit for about $20, maybe a little bit less than that, in different colors. I know they have different varieties of kits. So I picked out the pink color, and it's like a Coloanal Blue color. Those are the colors that I'm going to be using for this collar. And for the cord, I have my setup done. So I have my double cow's hitch hooked up to purple in 550 paracord. And if you're not familiar with how to do a double cow's hitch, I'll leave a link below. I show you guys how you can do it for square rings, or you can use round rings if you want for your adapter. I also show you how to do it for a quick release buckle if you're choosing that method instead. And if you're not familiar with how to hook it up to your jig, I do go over that as well. So again, I have 550 in purple for the double cow's hitch. I'm also going to be using two 550 cords of Universe dip dyed, and if you are not familiar with this cord, this is what it looks like on the roll. It's really bright and it's pretty. Everything that I go over with the supplies that I use are always listed down below for you guys if you're interested in getting them. So again, I'm going to have two 550 paracord in the Universe dip dyed. I have one 550 cord in Coloanal Blue, and then I have a 275 in purple as well. The first cord that I'm going to add is one of the Universe dip dyed cords, and what I'm going to do here is I want to go in between my two cow's hitches, so I just loosened them up just a little bit. And if you don't have a paracord needle, it's quite alright. You can melt the top and create a hard cap so you can push it through. All you want to do here is go in between these two cow's hitches. Just like that. You're going to pull your cord to the other side and bring the middle of your cord to the top of your work. The next cord that I'm going to add is going to be the Coloanal Blue, and what I want to do with this cord is the same thing that I just did with the Universe dip dyed cord. I'm just going to go in between these two cow's hitches, bring it to the other side, and bring the middle to the top of my work. The next cord is going to be the other Universe cord, and what I want to do here is I want to go in between this first cow's hitch, go underneath these two stitches towards the left, and come up this second cow's hitch. So I'm going to go right in between the first cow's hitch, go underneath these two stitches, come up that second cow's hitch, and bring this to the other side and the middle to the top of my work. And finally, for the 275 cord, I'm going to just repeat that step that I just did with the Universe cord. I'm going to go in between this first cow's hitch, go underneath the two stitches towards the left, go up that second cow's hitch and bring it to the other side, and bring the middle to the top of my work. Alright, once you have your cords to the middle at the top of your work, you can tighten everything up. Double check your measurements just to make sure that nothing moved around. You can also roll up all of your cords. I do suggest, because we're working with two cords of the Universe, you roll up one a little bit smaller than the other just to help you realize which one you're grabbing. So I rolled the one that was coming out of the double cow's hitch that first one that I put through, I rolled that one up small, and then I rolled up my second cord a little bit larger. Also, don't roll up your 275 cord because that's the cord that we'll be putting the beads on. Once you have all that taken care of, we can really just get started. So I'm going to be starting off on my right side with my purple. And what I want to do is I'm going to go underneath this first cord, right up the middle, and then over this second cord. So take the one on the right and go underneath, right up the middle, and over. Take your purple on the left now and go underneath the cord that you just worked. You're going to go underneath the first cord now that is on your left side, right up the middle, and then over this second cord on your right. So go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Next, you're going to take your smaller bundle of Universe. And what you want to do here is you're going to go underneath all of your work right up the middle. And then you have your loop right here. You're going to go down your loop on your right. Take the one on the left now. Go underneath all your work right up the middle. Underneath, right up the middle. And then you have your loop right here on your left side that you made with the purple. You're going to go down that loop. Next, you're going to find your two horizontal pieces in the middle. You can pick up on those a little bit. And I am going to grab my Coloanal Blue now on my right side. What I want to do is I'm going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces and then out the right. Just go over and around, out the right. Take the one on the left now. And you're going to go over those two horizontal pieces again, but you're going to go out the left. So go over and around and out the left. Next, you're going to take your larger bundle of Universe and you're just going to repeat those steps that you just did with the Coloanal Blue. So you're going to go with the right one and you're going to go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left. And with the 275, you're just going to again repeat those steps. So take the one on the right, go over and around the purple and come out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and come out the left. And then you can tighten it up. Once you have it tight, we can start that weave all over again. So you're going to take your purple on your right side and you're going to go underneath the first cord, right up the middle, over the second cord. Take the purple on the left now and go underneath the cord that you just worked. Go underneath that first cord on your left now, up the middle, over the second cord. Take your smaller bundle of Universe. You're going to go underneath all of your work and then right up the middle. Go down this loop that you made with the purple on your right. Take the one on the left, go underneath, right up the middle. You have your loop right here. You're going to go down that loop. Find those two horizontal purple pieces that are in the middle. Take your Coloanal Blue on your right side. You're going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces and out the right. Take the one on the left now. And you're going to go over and around and out the left. Now take your larger bundle of Universe and just repeat those steps again. Take the one on the right, go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left. And again, repeat the steps with the 275 cord. Take the one on the right, over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, over and around and out the left. And then tighten it up. Once you have it tightened up, we're going to repeat those steps again. The one thing that we will be doing differently now with this next weave is we will be putting on a bead onto the 275 cord before you weave it in. So again, start off on your right, and you're going to go underneath your first cord, right up the middle, over the second cord. Take the one on the left, go underneath the cord that you just worked, go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Next, take your universe on the smaller bundle of universe on your right side, go underneath your work, right up the middle, and then down that loop. Take the one on the left, go underneath, right up the middle, and down that loop. Next, find those two horizontal pieces in the middle. Take your Coloanal Blue on your right side, go over and around those two horizontal pieces and out the right side. Be careful, the universe cord has the Coloanal Blue color also into it, so be careful of which one you are grabbing. That can get confusing right there. It is such a similar color, so just be aware of that. So take your Coloanal Blue on your left side, go over and around those two horizontal pieces and out your left. Take the universe cord now on your right side and just repeat those steps. Go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left. And your 275 cord, now you're going to be putting on your bead. And it doesn't matter which one you start with. You're going to be rotating through the collar. I'm going to start with my pink. Yeah. I got my bead on now, and make sure that nothing is crisscrossed in any way. And now you are just going to repeat the step that you just prior did with the larger bundle of the universe. You're going to take the one on the right and you're going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces and out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left, and then you can tighten it up. So once you have that nice and tight, you can start all over again. I'm going to be putting on a bead every other weave because I like to spread it out a little bit. You can put on a bead every weave if you want. I am going to be, again, just spreading them out a little bit. I'm also going to rotate the color. So the next time I put a bead on, I'm going to put on a blue one. And then after that, I'll put on a pink one, and so on throughout the collar. I went down another 3 weaves so you can see a bigger portion done. I wanted to go down at least another bead so you can see the 2 beads on there. So you can see how I skipped a weave right here, and then I went to my next weave and I put a bead on and I did the blue. Now I've gone down another weave, and then my following weave I'll have a bead on that one and it'll be pink. So I'm going to just continue this pattern all the way down the collar, and when I get to the end I'll show you guys how I do a tie off and what it looks like with the biotene attached. Alright guys, I'm at the end of my collar. I took it off the jig and I'm ready to weave in the cords that are coming directly out of the top part of the collar. So the cords that are coming out of the top part are the Coloanal Blue and the Universe. These cords right here, the 275 purple, those are going to go in between the 2 cow stitches. But for now, the other cords, the Coloanal Blue and the Universe on the right and the left, are going to go through the small gap that you have in between your work and your cow stitches. So you have a small gap right there in between. You're going to go in between those. You're going to go in between with those 4 cords from front to back. And once you have that part taken care of, like I said before, you're going to take the purple 275 and you have a small hole right in between the 2 cow stitches, and you're going to go through that hole from front to back with both 275 cords. Alright, now that we've gotten that taken care of, we can start to cut and melt our cords. I'm going to be starting off on my side, and I am going to cut about 1/2 inch up from the collar. And I'm going to fray them out. Once I have them frayed out, I'm going to melt them, and then I'm going to squish them down. So I'll start with my one on the top. I'm going to melt that one. And I'm going to squish it down. Do the one on the bottom. I'll do the same for the opposite side. Okay, once you have those two sides taken care of, we can start on the middle cords. I'm going to be starting off with my universe. And I'm going to start with the one all the way to the left. I'm going to cut it a little bit longer than the others. I'm going to fray it out. Then I'm going to melt it and then squish it down. Next, I'll do the universe on the other side, and then I'll do my Coloanal Blue, and then the other, and then the 275, and I'm going to cut them and melt them all the same way. The 275 cord, the purple, I'll cut a little bit longer because it does melt faster, so I'll cut those just a little bit longer, but I'll cut them all and melt them one at a time. So once you've gotten that all nice and melted, what you can do now is you can hook up your adapter and use your collar as is. I put Gorilla Glue on the ends that I just melted, and I like to do that on all of my collars and all of my leashes. I use clear, non-foaming Gorilla Glue. I do this. I've had the question asked of why I do this and why don't I weave my ends through my collar. I don't weave my ends through my back side of my collar because I do this with the glue. I've never had anything come apart that I know of. No one's ever said anything. So I put it on the area that I just worked on that I was melting, and I'm going to let this dry now, and once it's dry I'll show you guys what it looks like with the biothane attached.